my way to pick up Emily, our first ever Carpool With Me. What's your favorite song right now?
My favorite song right now is All I Need by Forrester.
Okay. Here, bump it for a second.
Okay.
All right, perfect. Now we got you. All right, now let's go.
Yay.
So, Emily, thank you for doing the first Carpool With Me in the series. Tell me about where we're going today.
We are going to SIL 3, which is the third class in our SIL series so far. And I think today we're going to be talking about how to build our symposium presentation, which is very exciting since the end is near for capstone.
Will you tell me a little bit about your capstone project?
Yes. My capstone project is with Cap Management. They are an HOA management company in Denver. And our team basically was supposed to be responsible for implementing this sustainable HOA certification that the previous MENV capstone team built out. And we found it to be, we have a lot of lessons learned, and I think that's going to be so important for CAP to implement in the future. And we also built out a new iteration of the certification for future implementation as well. And it has different pillars such as like waste management, water management, energy, and transportation. So it was very interdisciplinary, and we got to kind of see how the communities reacted to these kind of large-scale sustainability projects. Very opinionated folks, but it was really exciting.
Well, it's always fun to deal with opinions, right? we learn how to do that at MENV. So,
Yep.
Emily, will you ground us a little bit here? Where are you coming from when you're entering the URS program and MENV program? Talk about what URS is, what you're studying, that kind of stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. So I am originally from Southern California, and then I went to school at the University of Arizona, and I graduated in May 2023. So I came directly from undergrad to MENV. I kind of wanted to keep the momentum going with school, and I was still very undecided about what I wanted to study. And so MENV really stood out to me because it was a pre-professional program. I liked all the different specializations, and I was drawn to URS because it was very interdisciplinary. And I felt confident with the skills that I gained in undergrad to apply it to URS, but then also obviously learn a lot. And I think over the course of the past year and a half-ish, I've really become drawn to work in climate resilience and climate action at a local level. So I don't know what that's going to look like in terms of applying for jobs in a few months, but I've become really inspired, especially with all the hurricanes and the fires that we've been experiencing in the last year. I'm feeling really called to work in that space and help those in need and make a difference.
Totally, we need more people in that space. And I love that you're inspired by, the problems that you're seeing so directly around you here, and definitely at home too in California.
Yeah.
So if I could ask you to tell an incoming student who had similar passions to you, if there was one class that they absolutely needed to take when they were in the program, what class would you recommend and why?
Can I give two answers?
Sure.
I feel they're very different. So my first semester I took Communicating for Sustainability and Impact with Megan McCarroll, which was an elective, and there was only 4 or 5 of us in that class. So it was a very small and intimate class, and that was kind of a great introduction to, obviously, Megan's teaching style. She's incredible, but I also think that the stuff that we learned in that class was very valuable and can be transferred across everything that you do in MENV. We learned about building a portfolio, we learned about how to write to different audiences, and it was very applicable. And then also Jean and Tracy's transportation class I took last semester. I think that really pivoted my focus on local government and action and planning at a local scale. So it was also very hands-on, and we got to kind of be in the know of all the projects that are happening in Boulder, and it was I think it was one of the most pivotal classes that I've taken, and obviously studying abroad.
Amazing. Okay, you brought up going abroad. We were on that trip together, and we just had a barbecue last night to reunite with everyone who we were abroad with. Will you tell us a little bit more about that trip?
What I would do to go back and do it all over again. I feel like I lost years of my life with the lack of sleep that we got, but it was so much fun. I don't know. I think traveling, especially to Copenhagen, as like one of the like model cities of how to do things right. It was so cool, and seeing like we went on so many cool field trips, like to a biomass plant. What else did we do? We got to climb a wind turbine, which has been like the highlight of my life, seriously. And just going obviously with Josh and William and learning from them more directly, and all the incredible people that we met abroad. I mean, I wouldn't change it for the world. And living on that bus for a week and a half was also something I'll never forget.
Agree on every single point. Best trip ever.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to try and do it again.
Mm-hmm.
Well, here we are. Door-to-door service to class.
Awesome.
Thank you so much, Emily.
Of course. Thank you, Eliza.
Yes.